parti. So, Bilal.
Hi, Patrice.
Hello.
Question for you.
Yes, man.
So I heard about the fact that marriage is something important, and I would like to understand in which way marriage has a spiritual impact that could lead to a better intimacy or uh, going deeper in relationship.
Okay. So, first of all, marriages were actually made to create a union, a bond between the feminine and masculine energy, as well on the divine plane. So, the gods, goddesses, okay, so all the gods have got their Shaktis, and on the earthly plane, right? So before there were any notions of possessions or appropriations, then it was all about how you sanctify the unity and how you're gonna engage yourself and commit yourself until the end of your life to make the better, to bring, as you explained to me, how the masculine and the feminine are complementary. Well, it's exactly the same way. They have different actions. One is the propension, and the other one is the direction. Okay, so in that respect, when both sexes are together and have decided and commit themselves to divine energy, works through them on different levels. First of all, you get the protection and the removing of all the obstacles from the first chakra. First chakra, you are encouraged on the earth, you're getting the blessing of the absolute child, which is Sri Ganesha, Ganesh. But the most important, and it's not the most important, but most importantly, what one needs to understand is that in order to establish all the different dimensions that the sanctity of the marriage brings is in the third chakra. Okay, the second will be the outcome, which will be the child and the childbirth. But first of all, is how you bring peace and harmony into the household, with or without kids, and how, because it's the Nabi or Manipura chakra, it will expand until you get the material wealth as well as the psychological, emotional, and spiritual balance. And this does not happen until, since we're born on this earth, because for a long time I thought marriages were not important. You know, you're with the person you love, so what? I mean, you know, I don't want to go to church, I don't want to do any kind of ceremony. My idea and intention was more to do a kind of a Celtic marriage, you know, to be in the countryside. And I love that, and I will do that with my future wife, so Mathilde. But for the time being, is how you get through the contract. Like you've incarnated on this earth, and though man's decided of some laws of some sorts, that law is also under the watching of the divine. And as long as you commit yourself, of course, you can say there's full hypocrisy where, you know, you've got a Christian man who says, you know, until death, death separates us or death pulls us apart, and then they're going to be fornicating and going to other women or Muslims people, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's about intention and it's about clarity, and that clarity brings Dharma. So if you want to get to the spiritual, in my instance, okay, through Sahaja Yoga, there's a full ceremony. That ceremony is clearly inviting gods and goddesses to be present, and you actually can feel it on the energy level. So we'll talk about that another time maybe, but nevertheless, in the same way as I'm talking to you, I feel the energy that I'm talking to you in the proper way, and I'm saying to you the right things. Otherwise, my chakras will be going crazy. And I say, oh, okay, sorry, Bilal, what I'm saying to you is not correct. Okay, something is warning me that it's not correct. As long as I'm talking to you and it's flowing, then I know that divine is speaking through me. So, in that respect, signing at the town hall, like we're going to do it with Mathilde, is actually anchoring something which is the law of man. It's not the law of God, okay? But only through the law of man can the law of God emanate, because we are on the earth. We made a contract, so we have to play by the rules, whether they're rules of illusions or rules of um, some kind of a take, perception that we take for granted, or conceptions. Doesn't matter. Whatever the mantle is, there are rules, and those rules you can feel them once you've actually. And I've seen it because I was at a marriage of my two friends in Bordeaux a few weeks ago. The moment they sign, there's something really clearly manifested.
So there is a difference
Oh yeah,
between signing a contract or just saying to each other,
we love each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You love each other is in the heart,
okay.
but as soon as you sign and you engage yourself, it's like you bring spirituality into matter.
Okay.
It's like there's something, it's like a density manifesting, and you're creating the ground, the terrain, for the rest to unfold.
Regardless if it's a contract in the town hall or a Celtic marriage, or you need to be legally
Yes,
binding.
yes.
We cannot just do a party in the
No,
wood and that's it.
No, it has to be a legal binding.
Okay.
And once that's done, something changes. Obviously, I haven't experienced it yet. I've seen it and I've felt it from other people, and I've been to quite a few marriages. So I'm talking to you about people endeavoring who want to go onto a spiritual path. Otherwise, they can sign. Maybe they'll cheat on their wife or husband. But somebody who's aligned with themselves and who actually wants to walk the path, then it operates.
So we need clarity of intention plus real actions.
Yes, absolutely. And when that's done, then you feel something shifts in your attention, something shifts in your perception, and your connection on the ground level with matter, with finances, with the environment, with the material comfort is operating. Because the deities, and you got your self-realization, so it'd be good to give it to your partner, Daniela, with Daniela, so that she can experience it as you can. And she obviously she's got perception and feelings, and you've got perception and feelings, and you had before we met anyway. However, it's about getting you to perceive how deities are actually settling onto the chakras. And onto the third chakra is the principle of Sri Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is the one who brings the wealth, the one who brings the beauty, the one who brings the balance, the equilibrium in all aspects of your life. But she also gives you the job, she gives you, that's the Shakti through which the operation onto our seeking, because we've done all sorts of seeking. First, we were seeking food, then fire, then how to protect ourselves, then to shelter ourselves. And then we started seeking a partner, and there were different processes of evolution, then wealth, then some people, they want more. Why? Because the third chakra is not settled. Once you feel satisfied, you don't want more. You know that everything's possible. You could be rich or not be rich, doesn't matter. Inside you, you feel satisfaction. If you're meant to be rich, you'll be rich. If you're not meant to be rich, you won't be rich. But you won't be in need once that's settled. And, for Daniela, if she knows a little bit about my situation, then I didn't put on pressure on Mathilde, but I explained to her, because it's new concept, new perception for her, that until we do that, we won't find proper experiencing of settling, and we will have to battle and to fight the challenges and everything. And obviously, we had to wait for the divorce to take place. We had to deal with the kids as well. So it's a whole different matter. What's your I mean, Noah is 12. Has Daniela got children as well? Okay. So
The idea is once you assume this intention through legal
documents, yeah.
documents, you balance it, the third chakras,
Yeah.
and your life settles.
Yes. You feel the settlement inside. It's completely incredible. I mean, I've seen it on hundreds of people, you know. So, but as I say, people who are naturally inclined to work for the divine. Otherwise, no, there's no point. They can cheat, they can change, they can
So you need
divorce.
the intention of
Yeah.
realigning
Yeah.
with the divine.
Yeah.
So regardless of having a divine ceremony, Celtic while, the intention and simple
Yeah.
go to the town hall will
Yeah.
be enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
It's-
afterwards, if you do, for example, your Celtic ceremony or whatever, like I want to do, is to bring values of symbolism. It's to bring another dimension into the psyche, connecting to the collective unconscious and all these things. But otherwise, it doesn't matter. If you do or you don't, you do that. However, if you, it's like a precept. So if you create the environment through whatever ceremony you want to do with Daniela or me with Mathilde, then you can bring all the dimension of what you want, beauty, thanking Sri Lakshmi and all these things, and it will increase that energy. But you need to go through that channel first.
Okay.
First.
So legal channel is mandatory in order to
Yes.
make it real. Let's
Yes. Absolutely.
Just the energy, the spiritual part will not be enough.
No.
Okay.
And I didn't believe so. I didn't care about marriages. I didn't care about signing anything or wanting, because I didn't believe in the law of man. But the law of God is working also through the law of man. Even though we don't see it, it's up to our free will, our conception, our apprenticeship, our life's mission, soul's mission. And we have to go through the process. But once we've done that, something relaxes. It's just, Mathilde didn't believe it, I didn't believe it, but now we've meditated upon it, and she's now saying, okay, let's do it. Let's accelerate the process, because she wants to experience something else. I want to experience something which I guess I wanted all my life, but I was not really unconsciously courageous enough, if we can say that. Unconsciously we can be courageous or not, courageous enough to face it. So that's how it is. Okay,
Thank you very much, Patrice.
welcome. Thank you, Daniela. Go.